Hello everybody, it is the Last Raider. We are back with another video. And today we are talking about the Gina Carano situation with Lucasfilm, the firing that happened. And it's not that I am beating this horse to death. It is just that new stuff keeps coming up about this. And recently we now found out about Gina Carano's firing, how she was fired. And I have to say this right now. Lucasfilm are the biggest bunch of cucks I have ever witnessed. You have these people that think, and I promise you, they're like most SJWs. They think they're going to be fighting the Nazis. Oh, and the Nazis come in, we would be the ones to fight them. We're going to be in the front lines. No. I'll tell you what you're going to be. You're going to be like those French women in that one photo where their heads have been shaved and everything, because when the Nazis showed up, instead of fighting them like the other French women, they got down on their knees and opened their mouths to the Nazis because they were too chicken shit to fight. While the other women were out Molotoving Nazi tiger tanks and their panzers, these women were in there bending over a desk for the Nazis. And they got their heads shaved and they got beaten in the streets because they were looked at as traitors to the French people. That's Kathleen Kennedy and their group in a nutshell. Gina Carano is the woman, like I said, she'd have been out there. I knew a woman back in the day who actually lived who lived in Hungary when she was like 16. That's when Russia took over. The communists did. She said, I was the one. She said, unlike most young women, she said, she was from Hungary. She said, unlike most young women, I was out helping my brothers because I could throw a Molotov more accurately than they could. They could throw farther, but I could throw more accurately. And so she was the one that her brothers, she was the grenader basically. When they would start coming through the mountain passes, her and her brothers would go out there and they'd take Molotovs and they start throwing them at tanks. They were burning up Russian commanders in the tanks. That's Gina Carano, ladies and gentlemen. She'd have been out there whooping ass. But I mean, I honestly believe that. The woman, she deals with some shit. And right now, I've got to say, man, she cannot be human. With the shit Gina Carano has been going through, there's no way she's human. Okay, this woman has for some reason been, I don't know what she did up in heaven to be punted down to here, but the amount of vitriol she has dealt with from both SJWs and the company she has been working for, and the fact she has not picked up somebody and put them through a table at Lucasfilm shows an inhuman level of self-control that, honestly, right now, we're at kicking the dog stages. If she were to turn around and hit someone, I'd be like, well, you kind of deserve it, okay? What do you expect? It's kind of a Joker moment, but she refuses to go Joker. It's amazing to me. She's had more than enough problems heaped on her, just like, what is the guy's? Jack Napier, whatever his name was in the Joker. Usually it's Jack Napier is the guy that they say is the Joker, but I can't remember who it was. Alan something? I can't remember. It's been a while. I got to rewatch that movie. But anyway, basically they kick him down. They kick the guy till he's down, till he finally turns around and snaps. And you're like, well, yeah, I understand that. We're not getting a snap moment because Gina Carano refuses to submit to her anger. It's like they tried for 2 years. They tried to turn Gina Carano to the dark side, and she didn't just stop. There was no tempting her towards it. Gina Carano was just like, no, I will not. I am a Jedi just like my father. It is amazing the amount of self-control this woman has. She cannot be human at this point. She's just a wingless angel in my opinion. Anywho, what I would like to say is we're about to see more of this type of vitriol. And this is something that pisses me off. Alright? This pisses me off at SJWs, which is why I said they'll be the ones getting bent over a table. Because this is how Gina Carano was fired. Okay? This is Gina Carano here talking on MMAfighter.com. That was heartbreaking. But I didn't want to take away from the hard work of everyone who worked on the project. So I said, okay, talking about when the pronoun situation happened, she went ahead and apologized for it. She really didn't want to apologize for something that she didn't feel so, but she did it. But here's her saying she was basically apologizing anyway because that was what was best for the company. That was what was best for the project. She thought about everybody else and made the decision to take one for the team. This is the kind of employee that you desperately need in a company. Okay? I can tell you a lot of corporate guys would tell you this is the type of employee we want. Someone who puts the project and the company first. Gina Carano put the company first. She took one for the team. Anyway, now this is where I think where what she says in this next statement, I believe, is where Gina Carano and Lucasfilm decided that they were going to get rid of Gina. Because when they stopped talking about her, when they stopped telling her to do stuff, I believe they kind of got to the point of we're just going to give her a bunch of rope. And so when we finally kick her out, everyone will probably understand why we got rid of her because we're just going to let her go. They were just going to let her talk and hope that she would say enough horrible stuff. And I think Gina didn't say enough horrible stuff. I think that finally the reason why the Nazi thing was pulled up and it was so misconstrued is because that was the closest thing they could come up with. And even as benign as that was, it was the most, they had gone this long for almost an entire year with Gina Carano just saying random, just espousing her beliefs on the internet, which if you looked at her Twitter bio, most of the time she's applauding people for saving animals and crap like that. Like I said, we don't deserve Gina. I don't know why, but she just refuses to turn to the dark side, and it's amazing, in my opinion, that she's been able to go, that she does this long. But I think at that point, when they decided we're just going to let her say what she wants and we're not going to talk to her about it, they were hoping that she would get worse. And eventually she would do something stupid, but she's not delinquent. That's the problem here. So the more she talks, so the moment she mentions Nazis and Jews, that's when they ran and jumped on it because those are buzzwords. And I think Lucasfilm jumped the gun on it. But here you'll see this. That was the last time I was contacted about any type of public statement or apology from Lucasfilm. Meaning they never talked to her again about it. That's why I say I think they were probably giving her enough rope, thinking if we give her enough rope, she'll probably hang herself and we'll have a reason to fire her. And it never happened. Gina never got, on Twitter, she never got worse. The people attacking her got worse. But she never got any worse than than anything she'd already said. There was nothing worse than she'd already stated. And the statement that she made on the internet was kind of a warning. It was like, look, we're heading down the path that enabled Nazis to do what they were going to do. We need to stop. It was not politically motivated to either party or either side. She was just trying to stop. If you look, there are some people on both sides that are just, they are bound and determined to fight. Personally, I'm of the mindset, let them fight. Just stick them in it. Just take one SJW liberal tree hugger and take one half-crazed redneck who loves his guns and Trump and Chuck Norris, stick him in the middle of an octagon and let them go at it. I don't care. It'd be great entertainment. I mean, just let them beat the crap out of each other. It's a problem's going to solve itself one of three ways, okay? Either one of the two ways is one guy is going to kill the other one, or the best possible situation is they both have a mutual respect for each other. I don't think that's going to happen. I think most of the fights will be one-sided, but that's just me. I still would love to see the entertainment value in it. But anyway, what I think is they got to a point where they were just going to get rid of her, and they thought, we'll just hand her enough rope, maybe she'll hang herself. And it never happened. And so the moment Gina mentions Nazis and Jews, Lucasfilm just jumps the gun, because at this point, Lucasfilm is desperate. And the one thing you'll learn about SJWs and the left, they do not have a lot of patience. Everything that they say is, we want change now. But they don't want to do the work to initiate the change. A lot of times you will change the thing that my grandfather always told me was, he said, I have changed the world, but I'll never see the better world that I have made. You'll be the one to enjoy it. That was what my grandfather always told me when I was younger. He said, you need to make the world a better place, not for you, but for your kid. No, you will never see the goodness, the good world, the perfect world that you're going to make, but your daughter is going to see it. And that's how I've kind of run my life, pretty much. I try to make the world a better place. That's why I'm doing these videos, because I'm trying to get people to stop fighting with each other half the time. But anyway, continuing on. This is when Gina talks about when she found out. I found out through social media, like everyone else, that I had been fired. Now think about that for a minute. Lucasfilm did not want to tell Gina that she had been fired to her face. I don't know what they feared. Because like I said, after seeing Gina's social media, I'm quite certain you could fire Gina Carano to her face. And some dude try to kill you, and Gina Carano would jump up and defend you, even though you had completely kicked her out of a job. I mean, she took the firing like a champ. And after seeing this, I'm just of the mindset, Gina is gonna be making her own movie. I fully support it, and I hope she becomes an inspiration to young women everywhere. The inspiration that Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm have been trying to do for years. I hope Gina does it, because Gina, in my opinion, is a far better role model for younger women than the catty, mean girl bullshit that we see over at Disney right now. It is absolutely horrible what they're doing. To not fire your employee to their face shows a level of disrespect that was never... It just shows that there was never respect for Gina at all. They don't feel they are obligated to at least give her explanation for this. They just go in there, take the first tweet she's got, and then just fired her right there and decided, we're firing her. Are we telling her? No, she can find out like everybody else. Gina Carano in this situation has been, you realize the more this goes on, that's why I said at the beginning of this, it's not that I'm beating a dead horse, it's just the more this goes on, the more we find out, the more we realize just how badly someone like Gina gets treated over at Hollywood. This is why I said in my last video that we need to create a foothold. We need to create our own stronghold within the entertainment industry, because Hollywood's never going to allow it. You cannot go to Hollywood without having their exact opinions, their exact beliefs, their exact way of thinking, and be their cookie cutter characters and cookie cutter stories. It's like with The Last Jedi. There were rumors that that J.J. Abrams was creating a modular script that could be tailor-made to the people. When you start trying to make modular entertainment, you have lost the ability to entertain. You are creating things that are so much, and that's why a lot of people have been sitting back saying, well, everything in Hollywood's been done before. No. Hollywood is only the left. They have tapped the full potential of their creative ability. They don't have any anymore. We have seen the creative limit. We've reached the creative limit. That's why everything coming out of Hollywood now is all these remakes. It's all this reinterpretation of old stuff. That's why we're getting another Space Jam. Why do we need another Space Jam? There is no reason for it. We did the first one with Michael Jordan, and it was probably one of the better movies. The new one coming out here is going to be ridiculous. And everything they put out now, they've got to infuse politics. They're infusing politics into it. No, you don't need to infuse politics into entertainment. Right now I'm playing a game called Valheim. You're a Viking getting together with other Vikings, trying to survive in a world called Valheim, to go out and fight 5 evil bosses, 5 evil monsters, and bring the world back to the control of Odin. Nothing political in the entire game whatsoever. It is refreshing. The graphics are kind of low key in certain areas, but you can tell there's a lot of time and energy put in for the game to be made to be fun. I don't want to play games out there that are politically motivated. I don't want to see entertainment that's now political, because they're going to politics because that's all they've got left. The right, however, they don't have to go to politics. You can look at Comicsgate very quickly and see that. There's no need for politics. And the reason you have people like Gina Carano, you're not going to get anywhere, and I said this in the last video, the reason you're not going to get anywhere in Hollywood right now is because they want when you go in there as an actor or actress, I guarantee you that there's a lot of actors that that people probably hate that are being told to do stuff by their agents because they're being told this is what will make you popular. This is what will get you the job. If the Hollywood execs that are up there, the gatekeepers of Hollywood, see you as one of them, if they see you as a fervent believer in their bullcrap lefty religion, then you will be deemed worthy to have a place in one of their movies. That's how, if it sounds condescending, that's what it is. It's condescending as fuck. That's why I said people have got to stop waiting on Hollywood to do things. You've got to stop paying Hollywood for their entertainment. If it's not good, don't pay for it. If it's good, yeah, you can give your money to it if it's good entertainment. But if they come out with some bullshit, don't spend your money on it. Don't feel guilty about it either. I'm not... The franchises that I loved at Hollywood, Terminator series, The Predator, they're ruining these franchises. That's not me ruining it. It's not me betraying a franchise. It is them taking what I liked and twisting it. It's like taking a ride at a theme park, basically. And them saying, we're going to take more safety precautions out of the ride. All right? We're going to make the ride cheaper, and we're going to take more of the safety stuff out. I'm not going on the ride because I hate the ride. I'm not going on the ride because it's not safe anymore. Because there's a certain inherent level of danger on there. It's going to be a way... I could end up getting killed on the ride. Same thing with a franchise that's been taken over by SJWs. Star Wars, Star Trek, pick a franchise that they have destroyed. Okay? It's not worth putting your money. It's a waste of time, and I'm not risking my money on something that's worthless. Gina Carano is going out there. She's going to be a pioneer. You're going to see this. She's going to go from MMA fighter. She's going to be like... what is his name? He played Count Dooku. I completely forgot. Christopher something. He's one of my favorite actors, and his name, I hate that when your brain does that, where it just takes something, you're like, I know this person's name, and it just completely takes it and just, out it goes. You don't remember a damn thing. But the guy that played Count Dooku for the moment, you look at his life and all the crap he did, Gina Carano is going to be just like him. She's going to come in, she's an MMA fighter. She starred in a Star Wars show, and she went off to make a movie, and next thing you know, she did a heavy metal band talking about Charlemagne or some bull crap. And we're going to be looking back. I'm going to be like in my 80s, and my daughter's going to be telling me about how she discovered Gina Carano. And she's like, Gina Carano she was a pioneer of new entertainment back when entertainment was considered dead. That's how we're good. I'm going to be 80 years old and be like, yep, I made a bunch of videos about this too. Made a bunch of other people. But that's where we're going right now. Okay, this is a transitioning phase. The people have seen the emptiness that is in Hollywood right now. It's kind of like, what is it, the Never-Ending Story, where they talked about the nothing? And the giant is trying to feed rocks to his kid. And the kid takes the rock, his baby, the baby mountain monster, he takes the rock, he bites into it, or the daddy monster does, and he just busts into glass like a Christmas bulb. There's nothing inside of it. There's nothing filling in it. That's Hollywood right now. They are the nothing of our entertainment industries. They are going through and they are destroying everything. And they're trying to destroy Gina Carano, but hey, you know what? Gina Carano, she's going to go out, she's going to make something new. I say make something new, Gina. And people like her are going to show a new form of entertainment. There's going to become new opportunities for people coming forward. But this here, I would suggest that everyone that is probably on it, this whole firing her without facing her, I promise that anyone working for Gina Carano, she'll fire you to your face. She's not worried about you flipping out like Kathleen Kennedy is. Okay? And this here of them, firing her, this just kind of shows just how badly they treated her. They're damn terrified of what she will do because of how badly they've treated her. Anyway, folks, I've rambled enough. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you hate what they did to Gina Carano? Do you also think that Lucasfilm is a bunch of pussies for not going up there and telling her to her face that she's fired? Tell me what you think in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. It helps this channel out a lot. And as always, stay safe, stay frosty. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye now.